What's the meaning of life? Why am I here? And how would I make it in Europe? Oh, I didn't see you there. My name's Stephen Glade, European extraordinaire. Have you ever wanted to fall in love in Paris? Be a gladiator in Rome? Or just travel through Europe? Well, after some last-minute preparations and a plane ticket, I was able to experience Europe for 2 weeks at the end of summer. That wasn't even a gladiator. The European culture is much different from ours, and it took me by surprise. I heard a little bit of what went on in Europe, and I had a very vague impression of what the lifestyle was like. Well, to better explain myself, I was lost. Not only in translation, but in the lifestyle and culture of Europe. Whether it was dining, transportation, or European law, I was lost and didn't know what to do. When it comes to traveling, the sky is the limit. Europe is such a big and beautiful continent with so much to explore. Coming from such a city like San Diego, Europe can seem like an entirely different world. Well, it sure did to me, and that's why I'm here, to educate and inform you on how to conquer this beautiful landmass known as Europe. Towards the end of summer, I had the privilege of backpacking through the European countries of Italy and France with 4 friends of mine. Well, 4 friends, which were all girls. For 2 weeks, we lavished through European history and culture, becoming more familiar with our surroundings. I feel that through my experiences and hardships on this trip, I have obtained more knowledge than I would have reading a book or article on Europe. So I feel that it would be appropriate to inform my audience and educate them with the first-hand experience of a traveler through Europe. To help you better understand Europe, I would first like to talk about the European communication and language, second, the art of dining, and last, the European law. When you walk into an American shop, people smile big and say hello. Then when you leave, they tell you to have a nice day. From a European point of view, this is unnatural and freaky. The European language is so complex. Whether you're speaking fancy in French or screaming in Italian, it's all different. And if you're not up to date with your French and Italian speaking, it's going to be a long trip. Well, in our case, we were very fortunate to have a friend who spoke fluently in French. And boy, did that save us. It's super important to remember this because you never know what situations you're going to get in. In the touristy spots, a lot of people speak English. Waiters, shop owners. But once you get into a serious situation and you need information, the chances are the person's probably not going to understand a word you're saying. So learn that second language! Social interaction with people in the country doesn't really happen. It's like talking to a cat. They're either going to hiss at you or run away. I had to learn this the hard way. Saying hello to everybody with a big fat smile on my face, receiving looks like, what the hell is he doing? We are so used to social communication in America, but in Europe it's taken so creepily. So don't say hello to pedestrians or be outgoing. They will be left misunderstood. Even if you're just a casual traveler, learning French can be very beneficial since most of the signboards and instructions are written in French in France. Try saying that one 5 times fast. Learning French to order food, communicate with locals, or talk to taxi drivers will increase the experience of your trip greatly. People in Europe are so different that they often find it hard to get on together, let alone even talk together. Now that I've mastered you in the communication field in Europe, let's move on to the art of dining and what is important to know when eating. When dining in Europe, you'll find that pretty much all of the cafes and restaurants don't carry ice. Europeans take pride in their food quality and enjoyment. Ice to them would be a burden to their drink, taking away the taste. So enjoy your ice while you have it. In America, we're so used to always on the go, rushing through meals. In Europe, meals such as breakfast, lunch, and dinner are known as family gatherings, which are meant to be taken slowly and deeply enjoyed. Dining in such countries can take up to 4 to 5 hours. Starting with an appetizer and ending with a cafe after a 3-course meal is routine, and is looked upon as an example of unity and bonding. Through my experiences dining in Europe, we would get the most absurd look from the waiter when we would ask for the check early. The point here is, learn to love your cheeses, breads, and wine, because not sticking out in European dining means staying for the ride. Now that I've covered the art of European dining, let's talk about the European law system and how you can stay out of trouble. After a quick change of spots and a beautiful backdrop, we are ready to continue our quest on the European law system. Being in a new country is scary when it comes to the law. There are so many laws that we don't know about, and the anxiety of breaking one keeps us on our toes. You don't want to stick out as a tourist too much. There's so many schemers out there waiting to take advantage of a vulnerable tourist. In our experiences, we got robbed by a policeman on a local bus. The bus driver had called him himself. We were victims in a setup which unfortunately ended bad, and 50 euro later. After talking to a local tour guide at Rome's Colosseum, we discovered that it's best to choose the option when receiving a ticket of having it mailed home to you. You can either be fined on the spot, or choose the option of having a ticket sent to your residence. The fact is, you can pretty much put down any fake address and they won't do anything about it. Your passport has no evidence of your residency, so you're in the clear. And plus, the rumor has it that they're too lazy to do anything about it anyways. That sure would have come in handy if we knew that before we got the fine. When it comes to the law, it's essential to have proof that you're an American citizen. If you get in trouble and you don't have proof, then you're in a big mess. Always remember to carry around your passport. Put it in a safe place where you won't lose or forget it. Trust me, you don't have to worry about these critically acclaimed gypsies. They're not real. Oh, and one more thing. Europe is the land of public transportation. When riding on a bus, it's important not to ask the bus driver or anybody around you where you can buy a ticket. It's just better to keep your mouth shut than make yourself vulnerable for a setup. Just get on the bus and act casual. Oh, what a glorious day it has been. Today we have looked back on some helpful tips and pointers that will save you on your next Euro trip. I have talked to you about European culture and communications, how to dine like a real European pro, and how to get past the law, and related issues. Europe and America feel like they're worlds apart. It's very important to know what you're getting into before you do it. Carry a plan as you go along your journey. Be sure to prepare before entering the continent. You'll be surprised on how much a little brushing up on European culture can help. Be safe, have fun, and enjoy the ride. Oh, and one more thing. If you have the chance to visit Leonardo's David in its original gallery, don't do it. There is an exact replica outside the gallery. Bigger, better, sexier. Oh, and go to the Eiffel Tower at night. You are going to love it. Europe is full of surprises. Expect the unexpected and prepare for situations. I hope my interesting information will help you in your next Euro trip.